40 fight, and I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's going to win this fight doing something that nobody's done to Canelo.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. And it didn't take me going to camp to know this.
Okay.
If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it over the man who has 1 way to win it.
Is that going to be the same version of guy that's going to show up in September? No. I mean, Canelo, he didn't look as fit as he did his last fight. He looked listless. He looked like he didn't care. He didn't have the crowd behind him.
Shawn Porter believes Terence Crawford will beat Canelo Alvarez convincingly, pointing to Crawford's elite training, sharp execution, and a game plan that will expose vulnerabilities in Canelo's style. Porter sees this as a potentially historic...
Makes sense, though. If Crawford's going to win this fight, he'll surprise people in the fashion he does it in. Because a lot of people picking Crawford, they think foot speed and turn Canelo all night. And I'm like, nah, he's...
Born victor?
No, it's just he's definitely a lot better than the guys of the last couple years who have tried to beat Canelo that way, Billy Joe, Caleb. But even though he's better than them, it didn't. That game plan, it just didn't. It didn't work. So it's not gonna look like that if Crawford pulls this off. It's gonna look different than that.
Night where Crawford's speed, precision, discipline could dismantle Canelo in a way the boxing world hasn't seen before. Roy Jones Jr., with his deep experience and insight, favors Crawford as well, highlighting his adaptability and strategic range. According to Jones, Crawford has 6 different ways to win, thanks to his high ring IQ and ability to shift tactics mid-fight, while Canelo's best chance lies in applying pressure and landing power punches. Jones stresses that without being at his absolute best, Canelo could...
He does have a chance, and I think he could be victorious. If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it over the man who has 1 way to win it.
So you think Canelo has to kind of fight the perfect fight, right?
If he don't, he in trouble. If he does, he should be all good.
Let's talk about the weight a little bit, right? Because we all know everything you accomplished as a heavyweight. What is Terence dealing with right now?
I don't think Terence dealing with much of anything because Terence did like I did as a heavyweight. He bulked up to the weight. He been dealing with super middles and light heavyweights in training. If you can deal with them in training, you can deal with them in the fight. So the weight should not even be an issue.
Do you think Terence is that one fighter where he could accomplish what a lot of people are thinking is not doable? Is he that one fighter who's just wired and has that different DNA?
He is. And not only to mention is he the guy that can, he's already done it. How many 2 or 3 division undisputed champions have we ever had besides Usyk is a 2 division undisputed champ? This dude is a 3 division undisputed champ already. And if he wins this, he'll be a 4 division undisputed champ. We may never see that again. See, people don't like to celebrate the reality when it's happening. They'll wait till the person dead and they talk about it. This man is the only 3 division undisputed champion that boxing has ever had. And we're asking, are we wondering, can he step up to a task? Really? Do you know who we're talking about?
Be overwhelmed by Crawford's versatility. Aries Spears, known more for his comedy but a longtime fight fan, looked at the matchup through a cultural and historical lens, noting how historically slick and skilled African-American fighters have often gotten the better of aggressive Mexican champions. Spears respects Canelo's skill and toughness, but views this clash as a continuation of a classic boxing theme where speed, defense, and ring intelligence tend to edge out brute strength and pressure. Don Rafael, a respected voice in boxing.
Pick a top-notch Hispanic fighter, put him against the top-notch black fighter, the black dude usually edges him out. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Latino fighters, because look at the greats. De La Hoya, motherfucking
Roberto
Duran, Arguello, Felix Trinidad, what's my man's name? Chavez. So there have been legends, but 9 times out of 10, when the top Mexican legend takes on the top black legend, the black dude wins. Boxing and basketball is just something that niggas just, we got that wop that just, we edge you out. We edge you out. Duran lost to Hagler. He got knocked out so viciously by Hearns. Rumor is he's still waking up today. He lost he did the no mas with Leonard.
Yeah, no, I've been hanging out with Sugar Ray Leonard recently. We talked
De
about
La
that whole
Hoya
situation.
lost to Floyd. He lost to Bernard. He lost to Sugar Shane Mosley. Usually the black fighters edge out the Latinos when it come down to it.
So basically you're saying Crawford's going to win because he's black.
I'm saying he's going to win because he's got skills. But that black component, that's that extra juice.
That's that extra juice? I mean, look.
It's like the Batmobile when it's going fast, and then he hits the nitro button, and the flame shoots out of the back of the car and takes it to another level. Black dudes have the nitro switch.
Journalism focused on Crawford's mental edge. He described Crawford as someone who thrives under pressure, not shrinks from it. Using the magnitude of a challenge to sharpen his focus and preparation, Raphael believes this unshakable mindset will be key, ensuring Crawford enters the ring with total clarity and composure, ready for any scenario. The stakes for both men are enormous.
Whatever. I was really excited that Terence Crawford, when we were going through some of the historical things that could take place if he wins this fight, what they would mean. And at the end of that part of the conversation, he says, there's a lot riding on this fight. Like, he knows it. I don't think he feels pressure from it. I think he embraces that. But I like to hear that the fighter understands the magnitude of this fight and embraces that and realizes, like the general public that follows boxing or the media, that this is a bigger deal than your average fight, and that he is keenly aware of that. So I love that. He was very, very well spoken, and we discussed a lot of different topics, and I think people will get a kick out of it. It's on our podcast feed. It'll be up on the YouTube channel, and I hope people check it out.
Sticking with Crawford, because I've spoken to a few guys in his team, and there seems to be this mindset where they really, really believe they're going to win this fight, and obviously every fighter that goes into any fight will believe they win this fight, but do you get that impression that they're in no doubt that this goes their way, and it's a case of just turning up for a payday?
Oh, absolutely. Terence Crawford has never been the kind of fighter that's just looking to take a fight to get paid. Yeah, he's going to get paid a whole ton of money, and so is Canelo Alvarez. But, you know, if you follow Terence Crawford, if you've watched the way he fights, watched the way he conducts himself, know him at all, even just a little bit, I can't claim to be like best buddies with him, but I got a pretty good feel for Crawford, having been around him so many times for all these fights he's had. There is 0.000% chance that he is coming into this fight with anything other than victory in mind. I mean, he really believes that this is his moment to shine and create a huge addition to what's already a tremendous boxing legacy. Besides just the money, I mean, Terence Crawford can take a fight against anybody, make a good amount of money.
Crawford, this could be the defining moment of his career. For Canelo, a loss to a smaller man moving up could cast a long shadow over his legacy. Boxing history is rarely kind to dominant champions who lose to lighter opponents in their prime, and Canelo knows what's at risk. Finally, Showbiz, the adult, offered one of the most balanced takes, acknowledging the strengths of both fighters. He recognized
a legacy, and he gave a resounding yeah. A resounding yeah. He said it would massively tarnish Canelo's legacy. And some of the things that he said were just basically things that most of us know, just some register and make sure that other people know and others don't, right? But it would tarnish his legacy, and for the obvious reasons. One is, we know that the guy's older. Crawford's older. He's going to be 38 years old here, right? So he's an older fighter. He's an active fighter, right? And that most of the time, these are things that, make people say that people are going to lose. Man, he's inactive. So he's pretty inactive, hasn't fought in a year, hasn't fought more than once a year.
Canelo's power, toughness, and ability to walk down opponents with pressure and counterpunching, which have served him well against elite competition. Yet he also gave Crawford his due, noting that the challenger's timing, angles, and fight IQ are special. This fight, according to Showbiz, may ultimately come down to whether strength and pressure can overcome supreme versatility and mental sharpness.
He uses his legs, he uses his core, and then his neck itself to lift up Bivol like Bivol was a featherweight. That is a huge representation of how strong Canelo is. When you look at his workouts, You can tell why he was able to do that. All these damn neck exercises that I wouldn't dare do. Okay, that stuff looks painful. The squatting and all that stuff that he's doing is exactly why Canelo Alvarez, honestly, is a strong fighter. He tried to do it again with William Skull. William Skull shook out of it, but he is a bull. Listen, Terence Bud Crawford is strong. He is, okay? And he understands leverage, and he understands those things because he wrestled. Honestly, very true. But Saul Canelo Alvarez is also extremely strong.
Terence Crawford's foundation in wrestling from a young age has sharpened his balance. Positioning and real-time opponent reading, traits that now serve as quiet weapons in the ring. His blend of athletic roots and high-level boxing IQ could be the intangible edge that separates